I call to order the September 23rd, 2020 meeting of the Springfield Board of License Commissioners at 5:34 p.m. in the Law Department Zoom room of Springfield City Hall. All commissioners are present tonight, and the first order of business is approval of the minutes of the hearing of September 26th. Does anybody have any changes to those minutes?
I wasn't in attendance, so.
No.
Nope.
All set? All right. I make a motion to accept the minutes of the hearing of September 26th. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Ron, and you weren't here, right?
Correct, I wasn't here.
All right. So let's move on to a petition for a change of hours for Erica's Hall of Fame located at 666 State Street. India Clements, can you turn your microphone on, please?
I apologize, yes.
Tell us about your business.
Our business, we've been up and running for 4 years and 1 month. It's a Southern Cuisine restaurant. It's a small business, small inside. We maybe have about 8 to 10 seats.
8 to 10 what?
The seating area.
Oh, 8 to 10 seats. All right. And what did you say the cuisine was? Caribbean?
It's a Southern Cuisine.
Oh, Southern Cuisine. All right.
Yes.
And what are your hours now?
Right now, Tuesday through Saturday, we're 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Sunday and Monday, we are 12 noon to 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Did you say 7 p.m.?
On Sunday and Monday, we close at 7, yes.
Okay. And I see you from your application, you would like to expand those hours.
Yes.
Here somewhere. And it's quite an expansion of hours. You want to go from 11 a.m. daily to 3 a.m.?
Yes. We've implemented a drive-through. So during the new hours, we wanted it to be not drive-through only.
Okay. So are you saying after hours always mess me up. All right. So on Tuesday through Saturday, when you're open until 10 p.m., you will close, but the drive-through window will be open?
Yes.
Only
drive-through.
And on Sunday and Monday, you're going to close the restaurant at 7 p.m., but keep the drive-through window open to 3 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, that's different. Commissioners, questions?
Are there any abutters that are homes, single or double, triple family homes, or are you surrounded by businesses?
We're surrounded by businesses mostly. On my left and my right side, we're surrounded by franchises and businesses.
So there'd be no homes nearby that would be affected by cars running at 3 in the morning?
No.
Commissioner, I'm very familiar with the location. It is right adjacent to a huge parking lot. And also on the other side is another business. So there's no residents that are close by.
There was a funeral home next door, right? And now it's
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
now is it some sort of a Asian temple or something?
Yeah, I don't know actually what's going on in there, but they have some large statues outside.
Yes, very large indeed. All right. Do people go there? Is it?
I've never seen anyone.
Oh, okay.
India, I just have one question on the 8 to 10 seats inside. Are you able to have those 6 feet apart now with
Oh,
that
no,
small of a place?
So ever since COVID started,
Yeah.
we only utilize 2 tables and they are 6 feet apart, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Anybody else have questions?
No,
My concern here is that we have told try me to breakfast, no, correct? To a late hour like this?
Correct.
Yeah, try-
They're a half a mile down the road. So how do we?
There was a different location, Mr. Chairman. People were walking up to the window. This is a drive-through.
That is correct. That is correct. I just don't want to try me to come back and say, well, we gave them late. Do we know how late we restricted try me to? Was it 2 a.m.? I can't recall.
Yeah, it was 2 a.m.
2 a.m.?
Yep.
Okay. India, can you tell us why you want to go to 3 a.m.?
Oh, well, I was looking at neighboring businesses and just trying to follow the guidelines that were successful for them. Some of them are 24 hours, but the one that was most like my where I'm managing at was Antonio's, and they were 3 a.m. So that's basically, where I came up with those guidelines, and we're trying to follow.
So Antonio's Grinders closes at 3 a.m.?
Yes.
Andrew, you drive by there, obviously, you see no problem at all with the,
I don't
location?
see any problem. Antonia's been open for years, and I think they cut the sit out where people would go in to sit because they would like to curtail some of the disturbances that they might have inside. So the drive-through seems to work for them. They've been doing this for a number of years too, Antonio's.
Oh, Andrew, the drive-through only is open until 3 a.m.?
That's correct.
I see. All right. So the justification here for 3 a.m. is going to be because it is drive-through only? Is that what I'm hearing?
true.
Commissioner?
yeah,
Yes, for me,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes,
and,
You understand my hesitation, right?
Yes, I do.
and I also gotta throw out there that in this COVID environment,
That's right.
with that limited seating, a lot of these small restaurants are gonna have to do something to survive, so. I don't know, I think I would be inclined to err on the side of giving her the opportunity, and we just monitor, make sure that there's no problems.
India, do you understand our debate here, what we're going on about? Try Me to Breakfast has come to us a few times to ask to be open very late, like you're requesting, and they've been told no. But their business is not a drive-through window. Their business is, a walk-up window or an inside, and that. So yours is only going to be drive-through, and then the customer has to leave the premises, correct?
Absolutely.
We do not want any loitering there because loitering causes problems. You pick up your food and you depart, correct?
Yes.
All right.
And I would just like to suggest to India as well, that if you see people parking in the parking lot next door after they purchase food from your establishment, that you need to perhaps call the police or just get them out of the parking lot.
Right. No problem.
What is the parking lot next door? Whose parking lot is that?
It's a Family Dollar parking lot, and along with O'Reilly's and KFC.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to that O'Reilly's. Okay. All right. Just to be a good neighbor, I would monitor that. And if you see your, discarded food containers are ending up over there, I would go pick them up so that they can't complain that your customers are parking there and eating and leaving their litter there. Just an FYI, to be a good neighbor about that. All right. Are there any other questions? No.
no,
Okay, with some hesitation, I will make a motion to approve a change of hours for Erica's Hall of Fame, 666 State Street, to be from Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., with the drive-through window only open from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. And Sunday and Monday, noon to 7 p.m., with the drive-through window only open from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. Do I hear a
I got
second?
one, Commissioner, I have one question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Erica, are you sure you want the drive-through to be open during the week?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
You shouldn't have to open it if she doesn't want to, right?
Right.
okay, all right, so you have that option. All right.
Do I hear a second?
Second,
Okay. Commissioner Cade,
yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes.
Commissioner Siciliano,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Okay, so we're gonna monitor this, India, and cross your fingers and hope that there's no trouble. And I wish you luck.
Good
Thank
luck.
you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Take care.
Thanks. You as well.
See if that works. Okay, now we have a pre-hearing. Next item on the agenda is a pre-hearing conferences for Malacone located at 137 Chestnut Street. And we have 2 instances.
Yes. Good evening, ladies. Can you unmute yourselves? Thank you. So I'm Carrie Safransky, I'm the attorney for the commission. I think you've been through this before, but I'm just gonna explain the process just to make sure you understand. And let me know if you have any questions. So this is a pre-hearing conference for a couple of incidents, and I believe I sent you all the paperwork on those incidents, the reports and things like that. 2 different incidents that happened in July. The Springfield Police recommended a couple of charges, so to speak, related to each of those incidents on 2 different dates. A pre-hearing conference is an opportunity to conference this case essentially. I'm gonna give a brief summary of the facts of these incidents as alleged in these reports. You'll have a chance to talk. In a pre-hearing conference, you have the opportunity to explain whatever you like to the commission. You, at a pre-hearing conference, can accept responsibility and suggest what you think the penalty should be. If it doesn't get resolved today and it moves to a final hearing, you no longer have that opportunity to give a suggested penalty. It doesn't mean if you suggest something that the commission will go along with it, but if you go to a final hearing, you no longer have that opportunity. There's a hearing and you're found responsible of those charges, so to speak, or not, and then the commission would come up with a penalty. You no longer have the opportunity to kind of negotiate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the incidents that we're here to talk about are both in July. The first one is July 5th. And what we're told happened is that the police were dispatched to Malacone about 11:20 at night. They were told there was noise there and that there was some sort of a fight in the rear parking lot. Officers arrived. They do report that they found a DJ playing music using amps in the parking lot, and they came upon a fight between 2 females and a male. This was outside, I believe. Someone was placed under arrest as a result of that. The police were advised by your staff that the disturbance occurred outside. However, they were told by the people who took part in this fight that it actually happened inside. The police also report that Malacone called the police. The call came from a neighbor, I believe, or one of the participants in the fight, something like that, but not the staff at the bar. The police note also that you didn't have entertainment license to be playing music outside, and they believe that the noise complaints, or there were noise complaints, and there was apparently some loud music coming from the DJ. So the charges that are alleged in that incident are twofold. Number one was failure to call the police to report a disturbance, and that's because we're told the bar didn't call to report that, and the calls came from somewhere else. And number two, failure to abide by the City of Springfield noise ordinance. So that's one incident. And then there's a second one, and that's about a week later on July 12th. The police got a call for a noise complaint. They responded, and they report that they found about 300 people in the rear parking lot. They note that there were people using hookah pipes on tables. They heard loud music, again, coming from speakers from a DJ booth. The officers noted that the patrons weren't wearing masks. There didn't appear to be enough security for the people present. Apparently it took a long time to disperse the crowd. The police note that your establishment doesn't have a smoking bar permit to allow the use of hookahs, and again, no permit for the outdoor entertainment, which is related to the DJ. The neighbors have complained that it's concert level music from the parking lot, apparently. So there's 3 charges from this date, July 12th, and those are: number 1, allowing the use of smoking material without required smoking bar permit. This is in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 270, Section 22. Number 2 is failure to abide by the City of Springfield noise ordinance. And number 3 is failure to abide by current COVID-19 guidelines issued by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, specifically exceeding maximum capacity allowed for the state, patrons not seated, and patrons not wearing masks. So that's kind of the summary of what we have. Do you want to give them a chance to respond first, and then?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So you ladies can say whatever you like. You can respond to that, or whatever you'd like to say.
Good afternoon. Before the hearing starts, I wanted to see if there is any way we can change the meeting for the next one, so I can have my lawyer with me. I spoke to him, but he's in Boston at a hearing, so he couldn't be in the call for today.
Who's your attorney?
Daniel Kelly.
So continue to a pre-hearing or continue to a?
You'd like another pre-hearing with your lawyer present? That's your request?
Yes.
All right. So yes. All right. Commissioners, the licensee would like to continue this pre-hearing conference so that Attorney Kelly can represent them. Anybody have an issue with that?
No.
Nope. I make a motion then that both of these violations be continued as pre-hearing conference for our next agenda, which is October 14th.
Yeah.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes.
Commissioner Siciliano,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Thank you. We'll see you October 14th.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a nice day.
You too.
So, Mike, one of the changes as a result of these Zoom meetings is that we take a roll call vote on everything.
Okay.
All right, so that's why I keep calling everybody's name.
Yep.
All right. And the last thing that we have is the mayor's request, right?
Yes, so the mayor has a request to waive liquor license fees for the coming year. And I think everyone received the letter, but maybe I should read it to the record. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to read that for you. Okay, so the letter is dated September 15th. From the mayor, it is to all of you commissioners, and the topic is annual liquor license renewal fees. Dear members of the City of Springfield License Commission, as we are all aware, the coronavirus pandemic has had a tremendous negative impact on the restaurant industry. Even with outdoor dining, many restaurants are facing limited revenue projections that will likely last well into 2021. As such, I am respectfully requesting that the License Commission, under its authority as outlined in Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 12, waive the 2021 liquor license renewal fees for the following classes of liquor licenses. All alcoholic restaurant license, that fee is normally $2,800. Beer and wine restaurant, $1,500. All alcoholic general on premises license, $2,700. Beer and wine general on premises, $1,400. And club license, $2,200. Inn holders license also $4,500, and small inn holders $1,700. With respect to the all alcoholic beer and wine restaurant licenses, the common victualler fee of $100 will not be waived. Please note that I have not included all alcohol and beer, wine package store licensees. These establishments were determined to be an essential service by Governor Baker, excuse me. Unlike the licensees identified above, package store business was not impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. Your consideration of this request is appreciated and will provide some relief to our licensees. Respectfully, Dominic J. Sarno, Mayor.
Any questions?
No.
No, other than
Well, as you know,
whatever break we can give any business in this environment would be appreciated.
I actually don't know how they're surviving, even with the,
I know.
the outdoor service permit thing was, some of them took advantage of it, some of them couldn't, or didn't, chose not to. And with that, and now even with the restricted opening, and they're at such small crowds with having to separate the tables and everything, I don't know how they're going to survive. So I think this is a very well-crafted request, as it is sectioning out only the Section 12 licensees, which are the pouring licensees. The Section 15 licensees are doing well. So nobody can drink out, so they're drinking at home. So I, in my opinion, this is a very reasonable request to do whatever we can for the licensees. Anybody have anything to add to that?
No, I agree. It's about the only thing we can do.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Now, in addition, I thought, is there anything else we can do to help the licensees? And as you know, at this time of year, the collector treasurer staff is going through a very painful tax certification process of all of our licensees, making sure that they are all free of city obligations. And many are not. And so I asked the mayor what he thought of waiving the tax certification requirement only for the Section 12 licensees only this year. And he ran it by TJ Plant, who is the CAFO. I ran it by my new boss, Chris Caputo, the treasurer collector, and everybody's on board with that request. So that will be a one-time, this year only, waiver of the tax certification process only for Section 12 licensees. It will be done next year. There's no waiver of tax, interest, or fees, which is against the law. They just will not have to be current this year. At this time next year, the process will be completed, and we'd strongly encourage any of them to pay any tax, any bills that they can during the year, because next year it could be overwhelming. But I think the least we could do this year is to waive the requirement for the tax cert for the Section 12 licensees. So we're not waiving the tax, interest, or fees, we're just waiving the requirement for this year for renewal. Anybody have any questions about that?
No, so then if they don't pay all year, they're actually gonna pay double a year from now.
Correct, yes.
Okay, okay.
And double plus interest and fees,
Right.
which could be substantial.
Yeah.
So that would include real estate, personal property, excise, parking tickets, business improvement district fees, but only for the Section 12 licensee.
And just so I understand too, that, so no confusion, we're waiving the alcohol licenses. They're not gonna have to pay double next year for those.
That is correct.
Okay,
Right.
So the liquor license renewal fee is going to be waived completely. The tax certification requirement will be waived, but not the tax and the interest and fees. Those will have to be paid eventually.
got it.
Restaurant?
Well, they're not under Section 12, right?
And that fee still applies, right? The common vic fee is still gonna apply. They still have to pay that $100
For the renewal fee?
for the renewal.
Yeah, but it's, they've been able to stay open and it's much
Right.
less, much lower. So I think that was the logic behind that.
Well, that's an interesting question though. What about the tax certification for the common vics? Have they all been able to stay open since March?
I believe so, but I wasn't part of, I wasn't in the loop on this, on the tax certification discussion, so I can't really.
But in general though, so this would be like McDonald's and those who don't have liquor.
Smaller restaurants without liquor, you know, and where all they have is alcohol. So like every year they do cease and desist businesses that fail the
Yeah,
certification
were they
process.
closed at all? Was there ever periods? I don't recall.
Restaurants could always.
They
to
never
go.
had to close.
To go.
Yeah.
And
To
that's
only.
dine in.
It was for a while, it was to go.
To go
But
only.
there was never a permit to shut down.
No,
No.
I mean, some of them got out of business, obviously. You know,
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese and a couple others that have closed.
Yeah.
But
They had a liquor license though.
they did.
So
So Peter, will your tax office notify them and make sure they understand that they're gonna pay double plus a year from now, so there's no misunderstanding?
I think we should craft a letter
Yeah,
to be included with the application renewal to say, you know, the process, the certification requirement will be waived this year, but your interest, tax interest and fees are accruing.
good, yes.
Right.
Okay,
So be mindful of that so that you're not so shocked next year.
yeah, just in case
Yeah.
somebody asks any of us, we can make sure they understand. You're
That's right,
paying it,
that's right.
you're just not paying it this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the question right now that we're discussing here is whether this should be extended to common vics without alcohol licenses. A small restaurant, for example, that doesn't have a liquor license, they have to be tax certified.
And so what would you do, to offer them the same program?
Yes, I guess so, yeah.
I think if we're offering it to some, we should offer it to all of them. I don't know.
Restaurants, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you're amending, should I amend, I'll amend the motion then to include the common vics without alcohol?
Yeah, I think you have to.
Right here?
Right.
All right, any other discussion on that? No? All right, do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes,
Commissioner Siciliano,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes, thank you. Motion is passed, and I'll communicate that to the commission office. And did we schedule our section 77
For next time.
for next time?
Yeah.
So we have a few section 77s that we have on our radar. There's a H&M Fuel, which is at Boston Road. They had a fire at the gas station in the corner of Harvey and Boston Road. And they've been closed for over a year.
Yep.
We need to get a status from them on what's going on. And the 99 restaurant at Eastfield Mall closed. Was there another one?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, and Chuck E. Cheese, yeah. So they'll be coming in, and if they don't show, we can just cancel the license. But we need to do our due diligence about licensees that we know are closed, and we wonder what they're doing with their liquor license, all right? Anybody have anything else?
Yes, I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Do we monitor bars and restaurants for the compliance of COVID-19?
We generally, if we get a complaint, I'll do a report and forward it. Like the Melicon one, that was one of them. There's one that you'll be getting from Aquarius. So I know the Board of Health is also going out, but I'm not sure if they're doing any type of report back to the License Commission. I'm not aware of it.
I know that the ABCC has been doing some
Right.
compliance checks, and they have their own, obviously, process, but there's been some.
Okay.
And I thought we always could go into an establishment as commissioners and make sure they were following guidelines, their license was being, shown, that the TIPS certification. I thought we could always go into our restaurant as a commissioner.
You can.
Yeah, okay.
Andrew, does that answer your question?
Yes, that answers my question. There's one other question too. Is there anything written about the guidelines for bars and restaurants? Can people dance at various bars or restaurants? Can they dance?
No,
No.
They cannot dance.
no.
But I don't think that's being communicated to a number of bars out there.
You're gonna have to dance at home, Andrew, for God's sake.
Right. Okay. At least I know that. Okay, I can let them know that they can't dance. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no standing, right? You
Right.
can't even stand.
No standing. So if you go to the ABCC website, they have a list of all the COVID advisories, is what they're called on there.
Okay. All right.
Licensee can go on there, and they can also go to mass.gov. And everything, it's hard to follow. But I mean, there's contacts if they have questions. But the ABCC has advisories as well that are a little easier to follow.
Okay. Thanks, Barry. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been asked several times by people, they have to have food. And they have to have food. If they're sitting at a table having a drink, they have to have food. I'm
Wow.
surprised at the misunderstanding of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Site, I believe, too. Not,
Yes.
you can't just order a pizza and put it out. It has to be.
Yeah,
made.
yeah.
Okay.
What are the rules?
So the rules were modified today. It's on Mass Live now, and it's effective the 28th.
Monday.
So you can,
Yeah, I saw that.
I guess what some of the bars are doing is dragging a high top over to the bar and then putting the chairs at the high top table so you can sit at the bar but not facing the bar. You have to face across from each other with
Right.
the bar to your side. So you're kind of at the bar, but you can't face the bar. And a certain commissioner may have accidentally put his glass on the bar, which is not allowed. You can't put an empty vessel on the bar. You get yelled at for that. They have to come to your table to remove the glass. You can't put it on the bar for them to remove. The rules are so confusing, but I guess as of the 28th, you can put the stools back to the bar,
Right.
but you can't stand. You
Can't
have to
stand near the bar. Yeah, right.
But so the chairs can be at the bar with their backs to the bar, but you can't stand at the bar with your back to the bar. You gotta be in one of those chairs.
Right.
Bars,
Yes,
bars are still closed. This is just bar restaurants that have a bar.
Oh, bar restaurants. Okay.
Our restaurants, yeah.
So God forbid you get turned around, you're in shit city. You better be facing the right way.
violation.
Most of the clubs are
Right. But if you don't have a
Right.
license, you
Right.
I'm gonna drive these people bonkers.
And now, yes, the number of people at a table has been increased to 10.
10.
So you can have 10 people at a table now.
Wow.
Yes.
until the next time.
Woo-hoo.
So I guess the ABCC website is the best place. And all the licensees should be familiar with the ABCC website. So you can refer them there if they need any additional information, lest you misinterpret it. And they'll say, Commissioner Cage said I could do this. So refer them to the ABCC website and they're easier to read there.
All right.
And
Sounds
is
good.
that under mass.gov or is that a separate?
I believe it's under mass.gov.
But
That does-
if you Google ABCC, it'll come up too.
Okay, thank you.
Go straight to their website. It's a little easier to navigate.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Anybody have anything else? No, we don't have any new violations.
Barry sent some this morning, but it was too late to kind of include them.
All right.
So we'll have those
Okay.
next time.
I would then make a motion to adjourn, and we'll see you on October 14th.
Okay,
Do I hear a second?
second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Sene,
Yes.
Commissioner Siciliano,
Yes.
Commissioner Signatory, yes. Thank you. Good night.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.